Welcome to the Real Estate Marketing Podcast. My name is Jerome Lewis. I'm your host for today. The Real Estate Marketing Implementation Podcast is a podcast where we talk marketing, tech, business, and leadership. We talk these things for real estate agents, real estate investors, and real estate entrepreneurs. The Real Estate Marketing Implementation Podcast is a podcast that has two purposes. Purpose number one, to educate and inform our audience and listeners. Purpose number two, Eitan, to spotlight you, your business, your product, or your service in a way that provides value to you, including market exposure and content creation. With that, we have a very special guest, Eitan Koter. Eitan Koter is the founder and co-CEO of Vimm, a leading video commerce SaaS company providing multi-channel shoppable videos and live shopping solutions to brands and retailers. With 2 decades of experience in startups and public companies, including NASDAQ IPO, Eitan is a thought leader in video commerce, digital marketing, social commerce, and startup bootstrapping. He frequently speaks about futuristic, immersive digital experiences and the convergence of media and commerce. Eitan, I'm excited that you're here. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jerome. Thank you so much. Really a pleasure.
Absolutely. I'm excited about today because this is one of my favorite topics. I love to talk about marketing, but very specifically within marketing, people always ask me, like, how can I stand out? How can it be different? And we're going to address some of those things today. So, Eitan, in your own words, we just read your professional bio. Tell us your story and how you got to where you got to today.
Yeah, so I started, as in the tech sector. Started in IT, and then in year 2000 or so, started a company in the video compression space, a technology company that actually helped cable companies, satellite companies, doing the transition from analog to digital. This is like 25 years ago, right? So my mentor and my boss back then said, "Are you sure you're going to join my company? Because if you start with video, there's no way for you to get out of this industry. So you are doomed. So think about it another day if you want to join, because there's no way you'll get out of this video businesses because it's so exciting and things are changing so fast." And so, 25 years later, I'm still in the video business, but the video has evolved, right? We used to call it then broadcast, or kind of a probably media and entertainment, right? So TV stations, broadcasters, these are the days. And when the iPhone was launched, then everything became, video over the internet, right? And then Netflix launched, and all the other Disney, and you have like AT&T and all the different Verizon. They have their own video services. So video now is being carried over the internet networks, and it's available in so many different sectors, not just the traditional media and entertainment sectors, but also in surveillance and in medical use cases, and definitely in retail and commerce and in real estate. I mean, video is everywhere. According to Cisco, like, video is already more than 82% of the worldwide internet traffic. So video is overwhelmingly like all over. So during the years, like that original company that I've mentioned, we did a NASDAQ IPO for this company. It was really like a global company selling solutions that was also got acquired by another big player in the market. And I've launched Vimm about 10 years ago with my partner. Vimm is a bootstrap company, SaaS company, and we help companies accelerate their sales with video, right? And variety of video use cases that we've implemented into our technology platform. And the most recent one is the ability to create videos that primarily focus on conversions and creating real transactions within the video itself. So think about an event that you are seeing, can be a live event, or even a short form video, a long form video on YouTube or on TikTok, where you actually can purchase a product or a service within that video experience. So this is the video marketing sector, video commerce, shoppable video, live shopping. These are the type of technologies and market opportunities that I saw, more than 10 years ago, and we are totally focused and obsessed about them.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm excited. I know the topic, video. I know marketing. You know the topic. We understand it. But one of the things that I like to do is I like to break things down simply for people. I like to try to get rid of jargon and technical when I like to make things simple for people. So I preface that to say, Eitan, tell us tell us what marketing is, and then I want you to tell us what video, and then we're going to combine those two and see if we can give the audience something they can take and make actionable. So tell us
Yeah.
what marketing is.
Yeah, whenever I started in marketing, and I'm the marketing sales guy. I would manage big teams of marketing and sales team, like big. I worked in B2B and B2C and various sectors. And when I started, I remember I read a book about the best 19 marketing channels to consider. Right. I think today probably the book needed few updates. Probably it's the best 190 channels, that marketing channels you can test. I mean, there are so many options out there, both earned and owned type of marketing. And it's, you do outbound and you do inbound, and there are so many alternatives. No one knows what's working for every company. Even two companies with this doing the same thing, servicing the same customers, each one of those companies has a different story, a different brand awareness, a different customer sentiment, and the marketing channels that they use may be completely different. And they are succeeding in various channels, and they are failing in other channels. So it's very important for me. Marketing is all about experimenting, right, and trying to learn very fast and validate what's working and what's not in terms of progress that is fully backed up by real-time data, right? So if you're starting to work on a channel, let's say you want to start doing influencer marketing or creating content for creators like UGC, you need to make sure that you're doing it with the right expertise. You have the right probably agency who is working with you on this, and you need to figure out quickly, like within 2 3 months, this is my sweet spot, when if it's working or and if it's not working. And if it's not working, just kill it. Don't be afraid. Don't get emotional attached to to various initiatives that you launch. What's important is your customer pains and how you resolve them. Your product, your services doesn't mean anything. No one cares about that, right? So I think marketing today is all about sharing in a very authentic way your true unique story, why you're doing why you're doing. Try to be out there in terms of creating content that tells your brand story and your services and products, and trying to find your own niche in the market in terms of those effective marketing channels. But in essence, I always say, I'm from the tech sector, and we have marketing teams and we have sales teams. So marketing teams are those who are generating demand, right? And sales team are those who are just executing, trying to close business. But this whole thing is just becoming much more holistic now. And a very good marketing means that you don't need sales at all. So I know today that it's better to postpone as much as you can hiring of a sales team and focus a lot of the marketing, because the marketing is the where you refine your services and your products, where you get customer feedback and iterate and try to make your product better fit into a specific market that you've defined and configured. And then you can create with excellence in terms of the service that you provide or the products you can provide. You create kind of a word of mouth and a snowball effect in the market, that your marketing budget is very, very low, but you're getting a lot of attention for the community that you're trying to serve. So start small, introduce some functionalities and services to the market, and try to grow from there, whether you're doing the same thing to a broader market or just expand, what I call land and expand, in terms of trying to broaden the type of services that you provide for that specific sector, right, or that specific community that you're trying to serve. So when you excel in this service or product definition, working with customers, iterate, be agile, I mean, fix everything on a daily basis, this has a word of mouth effect and a kind of a network effect that is very, very powerful. You don't need sales team. Sales team is very good when you have marketing problems, because sales team, they know how to work in an official and unofficial way, trying to understand sentiment, unofficial decision making criteria, and they know how to work around problems that you might have in the service, in the product, in a real estate, probably in the house you're trying to rent or sell. Then you have a very, very good sales guy or sales team who know how to work around these problems. But when you have a perfectly aligned marketing strategy, the sales importance is reducing quite substantially, according to my
Okay.
understanding and my belief.
Thank you for sharing that. What and this audience is my audience is generally real estate entrepreneurs. They're agents,
Sure.
they're investors. So based off your experience, what would you say like for somebody that's looking to have some effective marketing, what would you recommend without saying video yet? Because we're going to talk about that. Like, what are some things you would recommend so they can get the ball rolling on marketing and they can implement some effective marketing tactics? What would you recommend?
Yeah, so try to figure out with yourself why
Mhm.
you're doing what you're doing, right? You can be like a solopreneur, just launching your relator agency or trying to figure out, first day of work, or you're a one employee in a larger agency. Try to figure out why you're doing what you're doing, what's your unique story, right? So that's very, very important as a first step. Second step is try to figure out what are the pains out there, right, in the market. What are the gaps that you can fill in, probably, right? Is you need to find like if you know, and if you're serious about it, you can spend like 1 hour and you can create like 50 different pains that customer have when they're trying to find their next apartment or try to rent or they're trying to buy. So think about those pain points, right? And then from this aspect of knowing who you are and why you're here and why you're passionate about versus the pains that you identify in the market, try to fill in this gap with some messaging statements that are very, very powerful and resonates with your audiences. And this is the before just sharing some assets, or even before just doing the deal itself, right? Just people like to do business with people they've built a relationship with, right? Even if you work on social and you try to establish some communication, let's say digital communication, like let's say on LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever, no one wants to buy from you before they know who you are, right? And this is why I'm saying know who you are, understand the pain points, and try to deliver some kind of a messaging statements and some kind of just try to fill the gap of knowledge, maybe market opportunities, maybe people that are they're having conflict, they have financial issues, or they have some consideration issue that you need to answer before you sell and promote anything. I think this is very, very foundational before you then go and propose something. So yes, building relationship, try to understand what are the pain points. Think about like you're going to a big exhibition, right? And that's, it's always 6 p.m., all the booths are shut off, and there is a cocktail party somewhere, right? And you go to this cocktail party and you meet people you don't know, right? You don't say, "Hello, I'm Jerome. I have something here to show you." You said, "Hey, I'm Jerome. Let's drink something." Probably let's talk who you are, where you're from. Try to build some this basic foundational relationship. And then probably they will ask you, what do you do and what you can propose. So this is always the proposed, don't push it, make it like a magnet that a lead that's come to you, and then build out your proposition from there.
Thank you for sharing that. I would love to. Now I want to start talking about video. But before we go deeper on video, I would like you to tell, like, what is video? What does that mean? It sounds simple, but it can also be complicated. So you tell us what video is.
Yeah, so we know about obviously text, like reading blogs. We know about pictures; we see them all over. Video is just activating more sensories in our head, in our brain. You those visual frames that are moving create some kind of a physical and also emotional activations in our body and in our brains. Watching videos, even hearing, and is creating some kind of an effect which no one can even co- come close when it's like text based or picture based. So when you see and you watch a video, if it builds right with the right storytelling, it creates an emotional influence on you, and that emotional influence has huge impact on building some kind of an emotional connection with whoever. Let's say it's a one of the real estate or the assets you're trying to promote. That storytelling triggers something in you from your history, from your background, from all the experience you gathered in life, your family, your life experience, and then there is some kind of an emotional connection that is very, very powerful in doing business. Okay, so video today there are a lot of forms of video. Okay, video. Most of the video that we see, for example, when we do this endless scrolling on TikTok, right? These are video that someone has pre-recorded, edited, started with the raw footage. There was some cut to cut activities, editing, edit some subtitles, elements, wrap it up, and then probably publish that to TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. This is like a pre-recorded, we can call it video on demand type of video. There are like short form videos like we see on TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts that are usually very short, like 30 to 60 seconds long, very powerful. This is the TikTokification effect, right? Very short time span, putting a strong hook at the beginning and convey a message, later on in a very, very like within a few seconds. The second type of video is long form VOD content, mostly the type of content that goes to YouTube, which is like a horizontal video, 16 by 9 usually. That video is again uh, has a lot of production time and effort into it. Longer form video can be 30 minutes, 1 hour, but it goes deep into the specific topics that has been discussed. The third type of video is live, right? Live is huge. Live video is getting a lot of attention. Think about sports events, news events, right? That are very, very obvious for live, but live is also being used in business. People are just opening an app, go to a venue to stream content from an event, from an exhibition, even from real estate asset that you want to promote. So that's very, very important. The live has like the highest level of engagement from users because they were invited to this event, they took the extra effort to join this event, and they have an intent. Okay, so just saying, hey, I'm going live from this asset tomorrow, 4 in the afternoon, please join me, I will showcase the apartment. So this creates a trigger by people who are interested, and when they join, they have 100% intent because they will not be there if they're not interested. Correct. So intent, I think, video creates intent. Video creates a lot of data that companies can use versus other type of media like text or pictures. So yeah, I mean, live, non-live, which is VOD recorded, short form, long form, vertical, horizontal. There are of course other type of videos which are more immersive type of experiences. For example, virtual reality, like 360 type of videos that probably we all experience in theme parks or whatever, but is also being used a lot in business, mostly for training and obviously medical use cases. There's also like the augmented reality, all the things that we see with those overlays on Snap, for example. So this is another layer, and all of these use cases are being used in business in various use cases.
Okay, I appreciate you sharing that, and I know it can be tough to like pick one, especially based off the ones you just laid out. But you're on the cutting edge of what's happening with video.
Yeah.
So, would you share with us like what are you most excited about in terms when it comes to video?
Yeah. So the first thing that probably anyone who was listening will say, "Oh, video is complicated. Where do I start? It's we need to edit production," and it used to be like that for many many years, right? But two things, major things like dynamic, let's say mega trends happen. One is TikTok, the TikTokification of things. TikTok taught us that it's okay to be authentic. It's okay to be not high end, fully polished, high production video. It can be very authentic, low cost, very short time. And if you do it right, and right is not high production, right is just scripting right, using the right hook, and be consistent, you can grow organically very, very fast. This is one huge opportunity. Which is the second opportunity is all the new AI tools. Okay, so there are all AI tools there. Some of them are free, some of them are really low cost that can help you with just you know taking the camera even from your iPhone and start various apps that you can picture yourself on video, and they can quickly create a fully polished video for you that you can just publish anywhere you like. So don't be afraid of creating video. The video works. It's probably the one of the only ways to grow organically and to create real engagement with users. Like in the live scenario, you can also have like chat system for people to ask questions and reply. It's something we do from our platform as an example, but there are others as well. So it's not complicated to create content, and authenticity and consistency wins. Okay, so please understand, you don't have to be you don't have to be beautiful with a nice face or no one cares. No one cares about the background. People cares about the value that you provide and your unique characteristics and what sets you apart. So this is first thing, like a foundation that I wanted to deliver here to the audiences.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I've been saying that for years, and people, for some reason, some people it doesn't register with. But heard you mention like your company. You said you have a platform and some of the stuff that you're doing. Can you tell us about your company Vimm and how you help people with implementing some of the stuff that you're talking about?
Exactly. So in our platform, you can just through an app, a mobile app, or through a desktop, you can just go live, for example. And in this live event, you can associate, for example, a website, a product page, or an asset page. Okay, and you can, for example, bid, or you can ask to purchase, or you can say, okay, please get back to me. So think about videos that you create and those internet product pages, website product pages. Both of them are associated to one another, and then you can post it on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, and also on your own website, and people can see the video, and they can click in the video. There is a button say, okay, buy now or contact me now. It's really an interactive type of video. They can also ask questions in the video, like if they have there is a chat system there, so they can ask questions. And it's true for both live and non-live. So you can create videos, short form videos, or these longer form videos, or go live, but always associate them with product pages. And this is why we call it video commerce, right? So you have the product pages for e-commerce and for promotion, and all real estate, they have e-commerce platform today that you can obviously suggest and bid and offer a proposal, and then you associate it with video. So it's much more powerful way. So it's a platform that sits between those e-commerce and those product pages or service pages or assets pages. And on the other side, you have all the social media channels, your website, and we create this interactive experience using video. It's a you connect all your social media accounts to our platform. You create content, and you can upload this to the social media and also onto your own website. We just copy and embed code and just place it on your on your website, and you can showcase those videos and create those shoppable or immersive type of experience. You can go with our app to some location, whether you have some asset you want to showcase or a new asset you want to promote. You can just start clicking play or record on your app, and this stream will go to all your viewers on social media and on your website. So you can announce, let's say, tomorrow, whatever, 3 p.m., I'm going to this and this area. I'm going to showcase this type of apartments and assets. Please join, and whoever joined the webcast gets some kind of an incentive or whatever. So this enticing people to go there. I mean, it's very easy. Just click a button and go live, right? But it's not just going live. For example, you can go live on Facebook or Instagram. You go live to all the platform concurrently from a single click, and you can enable people to, for example, fill in a form, or even click. You can do, for example, an auction, right, inside this opportunity, so people can actually click click to bid or even click to buy. So you can create all these convergence opportunities. I mean, yeah, conversion opportunities. Sorry, during these live events. Okay, and you can just picture, or just you can film the asset, go back to your office, upload this to the platform, and do a post. Okay, like an Instagram reel or even a TikTok post, and you can actually create those checkout experience, or even offering to filling a form of any type of that sort. And TikTok, I think it's a major issue, right? I see TikTok shop primarily, right? You can build a TikTok shop and just create product pages from our platform. You can create product pages in TikTok, like of the various real estate assets that you're trying to promote right now, right? So you have your website, it's okay, but why not showcasing this on TikTok and on YouTube and all these other platforms, and give the people the ability to interact with you through these videos. So this is what we do as a platform.
Thank you for sharing it. How can we learn more about your platform and what you offer?
Yeah, so you can just go to our website. It's vimmi.net, vimmi.net. You can open an account, start testing it by yourself, and we're also happy, to provide 20% discount from our public pricing to your listeners, Jerome. And we can give you the coupon code. You can add to the show notes, and if it's interesting, we can definitely do that.
Thank you for sharing that. I would love that.
Yeah.
Next, I would like to hear from you. We talked about this in the green room. You talked about different videos to create. What are some videos that we should be creating, not only as just individuals in general, right? Because people should be getting to know us regardless of the business that we're in. But then we got the business affiliations as well. So what kind of videos should we be creating?
Yes, it all depends where you are in the marketing funnel. So if we try to simplify it, you have that awareness stage,
Mhm.
consideration stage, and then decision stage, right? So it depends where you are in terms of the marketing funnel. So if you're like in top of funnel trying to just build awareness, whether you're launching a new agency or just starting out, or whether you're working for a larger organization but trying to promote a specific asset, right, or a service. So build awareness around that. You're not selling it. You want to build those relationships so you can provide some educational content. Don't just talk specifically about hard selling the asset, right? Try to provide some educational content, right? A variety of things, finance, right? Mortgage, loans. Try to provide some kind of knowledge and information just to build presence, to build some thought leadership, someone that is important to listen to. Market information, just general statistics about the market, what's going on, some past experiences, future trends, and provide some checklist of what's most important to consider before renting an apartment, before purchasing. So this is on the awareness stage. You're not selling anything, right? During the consideration, where we are further ahead in the funnel, maybe your potential customers are considering, so they're evaluating few assets, they're evaluating few options. So try to provide them like a comparison table. Don't be afraid to share competition content. This is what's working today. Like Google loves it, and we all learn from Google. If you remember, like when you want to find a product or something, and you search it on Google, and you find this list that's comparing the versus list, right? Today, those versus lists are created by the providers themselves. So they're putting all their competitors in the blog. They even provide links to the competition, but they highlight why they are so special, because anyhow the potential buyers, they go to these competitors. So you just make life easier for them by sharing with them, saving a lot of time for them to research on the other competition website, and you're just sharing all this information and providing why your asset and why your services are better than the others. Create like how to guides, like how to select your next apartment or your next house. So provide some case studies, successful deals that you did in the past, right? Again, you're not pitching that specific asset, you're not selling, right, as of yet. Hold your horses, right? It's very, very important to build this rapport, to build this thought leadership, to build this, I would say, level of relationship that you want to build with your potential buyers. And now, in the decision phase, you know that people are ready to execute a transaction, right? So during that decision stage, yeah, talked about again the uniqueness. Now you talk about the specific product, the assets, right? That specific apartment, that specific house, or that specific new project that is now being developed. You need to talk about all the functionalities, the features, the values of it, what's so special about it, right? Create these reviews about, if you have a real asset or if you have something in the planning. Try to provide all that type of information, just bringing more richness of functionalities and features and options, and for that specific asset. Yes, provide prices and the specific discount and the special terms, and this is what you need to push on that decision. But if you do only that, most people when they start, they're just pushing a specific product or asset or service. It doesn't resonate well because no one knows you and needs to build this type of relationship. So I mean, if you go there to social and you start creating content, figure out those three stages, what kind of content you want to create, build that awareness. This helps you a lot with lead generation, with potential buyers who want to reach out to you. And based on really, they feel they know you already because you created so much flavors of content, not just hard selling, pushing, but also you provide a lot of knowledge and value that people want to follow you and want to talk to you and and then will be very open when you propose something for them to consider purchasing or renting.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Um, so you talked about different videos to create. In the green room, we talked about a conversion. I don't think enough people understand what conversion means. Could you explain that
Yes.
to us, please?
Yes, because we see like when we all we spend time on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, right? And we see promoted content, right? That promoted content is probably discussing the various aspects of the type of videos that I've mentioned. So if you're creating educational content or you're providing some market information like how to case studies, success stories, versus lists. And again, I talk only video, right? You're not trying to sell anything, so there is no conversion. Conversion mean there's someone out there who is ready to purchase something or renting something, is ready to click a button to make that transaction happen, right? Those type of videos are more converting, right? It means that they are there to trigger you to create this purchase. In the e-commerce world, we talk about impulse purchase, right? The algorithms know what you are, probably you searched for something last week and they just suggest this remarketing. They have this remarketing technology that if you search something on Google, right, that brand also working with Google, but that brand also has a pixel and working also with Facebook and Instagram. And when you go to Facebook or Instagram and just scrolling, you will get an advertising from that keywords topic that you searched on Google last week, right? So this is the remarketing effect. And this will triggers you to create probably to purchase. And this is an impulse purchase. When you started, going through this Facebook post, you didn't go there to finalize a purchase you started in Google last week, right? You went there probably to get an update from your social networks. But then you see that and say, hey, I want it, looks good, click to buy, and it's done. You've already purchased. So that's an impulse purchase. And like 99% of the e-commerce industry is working on impulse purchase. Okay. Of course, real estate is probably different, but in fundamentally, it's the same, right? You go somewhere, you watch videos, and even if you go to the brand to one of your listeners, if you go to their own website, right, and you want to just navigate some of the assets that they are proposing, they have videos there, and that video can have click to rent or just click to convert, right? So you just get taken to some kind of a conversion journey that you're finalizing. It can be filling in a form, get a proposal, or even execute the full transaction. This is happening as well. We see e-commerce transaction. One transaction can be even five figures of transactions, right? We see everything. It's not only $20 e-commerce transaction. People are buying cars today online, right? So anything can happen, and that conversion is what's actually the vehicle and that drives all this online business.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that because
Yeah.
it's like two extremes. You talk about the impulse, which is e-commerce. Typically, you go on there and you like, you know what, I want this thing. You buy it. In my experience, sometimes not even worth the refund. Right.
Okay.
But when it comes to real estate, this is one of the biggest transactions that people are making like ever in their entire life.
Sure.
So it's much more. They need more time. They need more education. They need to be more educated in buying versus like some of the impulse stuff. So I would love to hear you talk about that based off what I just said. Like you got a smaller,
Exactly.
I know they buy cars and they do some other stuff in between, but e-commerce, a lot of it is impulse buy. When it comes to purchasing, renting, or selling a house, it's different. These are big
100%.
decisions that people have to
Big
make.
decision. So, for example, you need to spend your own time with that specific potential buyer, right?
Mhm.
How many hours you think you need to spend with each one of those prospects for selling assets? You have a number, like an average time to purchase or amount of hours you need to spend with them?
um, to buy a house, honestly, it would be hard to say. I would say if I could boil it down to hours, I would probably say somebody should invest 200 hours into buying a house, and
Exactly.
and that could be a lot. Could be a little bit.
I,
But I would keep that number.
this is what I thought as well. It's couple of hundreds of hours, right? Just to spend, and you're just one person. You cannot do that. You cannot multiply yourself. And so, if you analyze what are the steps in this process, okay, you'll find that a lot of these steps you can create content and use that content as evergreen, right, to educate and to give all these tools and building confidence by those prospects with you as a person, as someone who they want to do business with. If you're providing this educational content and if you provide value, regardless of that specific transaction right now, this reduces those 200 hours quite dramatically, because they have an online resource they can consume because it provides them a lot of value, right? And it builds your capabilities, build your foundational thought leadership, and giving them a much more uh, confident way of doing business with you. So the video helps you if you create it correctly and try think evergreen. So this library of content that is very very important can reduce the amount of hours, increase the relationship and what they feel about you, your thought leadership, and increases the probability for them doing business with you. Okay, 100%. And you can create virality. I mean, if you are just filming the asset, filming yourself talking, right? It gives a lot of confidence, and you can just make it viral. Just use it across, just creating more prospects for that specific asset. If you have a lot of buyers, that's like an auction, right? You can maintain a good, healthy pricing in order to increase the number of potential uh, uh, acquirers or people who are considering purchasing. Just deploying content on social media, right? Make it go viral is a bad term, right? Because we don't need variety, we need just for the right people to look at it, your small community, your predefined community. If you do this type of content and just put it out there, it resonates very very well. It's increasing, and it's people will share it with others, because I know that my friend wants to buy a house, so I will share it with him. Now, if there is no video out there, it's very very difficult to create that type of network effect, right? So use videos, evergreen videos, to build relationship, create those videos to increase exposure, those network effect, reducing the time that you need to spend with each one of those opportunities, because 200 hours maybe with one, but you spend hundreds of hours also with the other potential acquire buyers who didn't bought eventually, so you lost a lot of time. So this is a good way to just multiply your skill, your activities, and just probably a secret skill, right, that you can use.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. So one of the things, I'm a huge fan of video. I love creating videos. Sometimes I'm like, man, I'm not creating enough. And other times I'm like, I'm creating too many. So just last week, I was putting together like a topic list. I actually have it right here, and I do some research. I'm doing my research, and I went on, and I was like, here's one of the terms. I just bought a house and I want to sell it. All right, just purchase and I want to sell it. And I typed it into Google. It came up in the autofill. I was like, okay, there's some people searching for it. But once I hit enter and I hit the search results, I didn't see any videos for that topic.
Yes.
So the reason why I'm mentioning that is because I think like some of what you said, like be specific to your niche and your talk on. I'm pretty sure there's how to buy a house video, how to sell a house video, which is very generic, very specific, but I'm niching down. And part of the reason why I'm mentioning my story and what I'm doing is because you said that, well, what I want people to know, what I want to ask or want to hear you talk about is it too late to start videos? Some people might feel like, you know what? There's already a bunch of videos out there. There's already a bunch of content out there. Is it too late from your professional opinion?
Yes, of course not. We are just at the infancy of the video marketing, and definitely in the real estate sector itself, we didn't even start, right? There's a huge opportunity. Like if you go to Google and search for some real estate terms, as I said, you won't find videos. And think about it, your video is there. You're going to be the only one around. Okay, so like it's a blue ocean, right? In terms of videos for real estate, all sorts of video, long form, short form, evergreen, educational, versus live. All the live events are recorded and they are there for live, right? And for example, you do a live event, you didn't close the deal, but this video is still there. People are watching it. Okay, they will go back to it and they will see it. So this type of content just stay there, and it's very very powerful. So I think it's we are really we just get started. It can be a really like one of the most differentiated items that you can do right now in terms of marketing and the way you promote your business, and it's not that difficult to do. Don't be afraid. I mean, maybe at the beginning it will look strange. No one cares, right? Just put it out there. People respect that you took the extra effort and posted a video. It's amazing. Like 99.999% of the world is not doing it, right?
Right.
All right. So go ahead and do that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's you, it's authentic. This is what's important. Don't care about algorithms and trends. Okay, these guys did this. I need to do the same. No. Do whatever you're comfortable with. Do whatever you feel passionate about, your strength, the values you want to convey, your true story. Don't be afraid to put it out there. Share your story. All these things resonates very, very well, and create all type of flavors of content. I mean, this is why this is so powerful. Like, I talk to a lot of e-commerce, let's call them influencers, experts, consultants on the video subject and on live video, and a lot of them are telling me, look, the next big opportunity is in real estate for video commerce, right? So it's very, very important for me to convey this here on your podcast. The next big opportunity for video and video commerce is in real estate, and we all understand why. Okay, the fact that it's not widely common is a huge opportunity, because we know that the audiences and next generation of buyers, the younger folks, right, Gen Z and all of them, they are just, it's all video. They're just consuming video all over, and you need to be there where they are spending their time, right? Social commerce, this is where you need to go, right? Your website is very, very important, but create content, make it, video based, just put it out there in all the places. This can be your biggest differentiator, and a true path for success.
Thank you. You gave me some fire today, and I have a
Yeah,
colleague that I talk with often, and sometimes it can be discouraging. And when you're so focused in the industry, you're like, you know what, nothing might happen, but you give me a spark. So I appreciate
sure.
you. I want to share that clip with her as well.
Hmm.
My next question for you is, how do I, right, in simple terms, like, how do I be authentic on camera? What do I do? Like, we hear
Yeah.
the phrase, we hear people say, be authentic, be yourself, but is there a how to, or are there steps on doing and communicating authenticity?
Yes, nice. So there is like in the tech industry, we like to use all these terms, right? I know that the strongest term for marketing these days, founder-led content or founder-led growth, right? Usually, you grow because you have amazing product, you have an amazing marketing team or amazing sales team. But what's working in marketing today is founder-led content. So, if you're a founder of a new agency, or if you're just starting your business, tell your story, why you are doing what you're doing. Okay, because you wake up every day, you're passionate about what you're doing, and you try to be successful. So share why you're doing it. That's the foundation for everything, right? That's your first video that you create. Probably that do that for yourself. Just it's make you feel more confident and remind you why you've started, right? So, and then try to describe your background, why, I mean, your strength, weaknesses. Talk about weaknesses and failures as you talk about success stories, right? Because we know that we are in an era where you learn from mistakes and you improve, right, as time goes by, and people respect that. So talk about yourself first, okay? Not about bragging or be like egoistic about it. Tell your story, right, in a very open way, and why, what in your journey reached you to that point where you'll probably launch a new service, and you want to start, and you want to start promoting it. So this is, I think, foundational. Then try to analyze what you saw in the market, right? What is the opportunity that you see that you believe makes a lot of sense, right? So think about sharing the market opportunities that you see, the opportunities for the buyers, for them. What are some of the industry trends, like the macro trends that are influencing them, which obviously very, very important for real estate, interest rate. Share all this type of information in a short form way, and just focus on short form. Don't spend too much on high production value editing. Do the basic things. You can take even a CapCut app, or even you can take a go directly on TikTok, on Instagram, and just publish it. Put it out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, no one really cares about that. Tell your unique story. So build this foundational, right? Try to create content. What I say is, create a list of 50 pains that your customer experience. Anyone can do that. If you spend 1 hour, you'll get to 50, I promise, if you're an expert in the industry. Based on these 50 pain points, create one video for each one of them, just discussing the pain and how you overcome that. And even you can ask ChatGPT to suggest the best hook, right, to start that video, right? You have all these tools today, right? And this is how I, use AI. And create the video. What I recommend, don't stop before, post every day for 3 months. Okay. So that's, let's say, 100 videos, right? That's your That's you're committing to yourself. 100 video, even you can commit to the world. You're going to do 100 videos, and you will learn so much for these 100 videos about yourself, about the business, because you're getting feedback from audiences. You're learning what's working and what's not, and it's like you're just expediting the development of your business. If it takes you 1 year to understand what's going on, now it will take you 3 months to understand what's going on, because you put yourself out there. And if you do that for 3 months, you're like totally differentiated from probably 99% of your competition, right? And you have so much assets that you can send to customers and build they say, look at this TikTok channel, look at this YouTube channel. Again, short forms, don't spend too much about longer forms, up to 60-second long, 50 panes, 50 videos, right? So, and again, videos about the market, about market trends, about yourself, why story. This is a good combination for reaching this 3 months type of content. And this is where you start, and anyone can do that just with your iPhone. That easy.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Could you share with us your favorite or most recent success story?
Wow, it's we have quite a few. I mean, we have companies that they've stopped all their marketing activities. Like, for example, they were very active on Facebook ads and Instagram ads. They stopped everything, and what they do is live shopping from all day, from morning to night. So that's a very very converting way for them to execute the business. So they go there, they just open the camera, they showcase products, they bring influencers to showcase their products, and they had great success. Okay, we had companies that hired, probably they have a team of 20, 30 people just to manage their activities on TikTok, because they have like people manage TikTok, 5 people manage YouTube, managing these social media channels, right? With content, with live, with advertising and everything. Our platform just replaced all of these people instantly. It's like it's like you have like a peace of mind. It streamline everything. So because we take about all this, we have a big um, AI platform capabilities that learns a lot what's working in each one of those platforms in terms of type of videos and performance and data, both on engagement analytics and also on conversion analytics, like real business parameters. And we feedback that to the customer, and they learn on which videos to focus and how to expedite and increase the efficiency and the success from these videos. So really, we've shown great success operationally and in terms of business. And there's a lot of focus these days on profitability, right? To do things, still continue to grow, but maintaining healthy profitability performances. So it used to be that growth is the only thing that matters, right? But now also profitability. And so there's a lot of focus on operational excellence and just making sure you have the right team that you hire versus the type of technologies or agencies that you outsource. So I think great case studies around that respect as well.
Thank you. Tell us how we can learn more about your company and what you're doing.
Exactly. So I'm quite active on LinkedIn. So you can find my profile. It's Eitan Koter. It's Eitan. Last name is Koter, Koter. So I post a lot of actionable tips and advice on hundreds of pains that I see on it. That it's not category related. It's all about marketing and video marketing, and specifically commerce, and how to create those conversion and transactional type of experiences. So that's on LinkedIn and quite active there. And obviously our website, which is vimmi.net, it's vimmi.net. And yeah, this is where we are mostly focused.
Okay. Eitan, this has been excellent. I appreciate your expertise here today. Would love to have you back in the future. If you could close us out with one word, no explanation, what word would that be?
Tenacity.
Tenacity. I love it. All right. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Jerome. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.